And what's going on, guys? Minicall here, coming at you with a Dark Dimension 3, Dark Dimension 4 attempt for the day with a little Minicall. So, steadily making progress in actually both Dark Dimension 3 and Dark Dimension 4. I started Dark Dimension 4, let's see, how many days in are we so far? Sure, one attack there, 4 attacks there, and then 1 attack there. So that is 5, 6. So we're 6 days into Dark Dimension 4, so just about a week. This will make it an actually official week. And then in Dark Dimension 3, I have lost count of how many days I've been in here already. It hasn't been too bad, to be honest, but I am on the final Cosmic node before I start City. So I'm kind of in the home stretch for Dark Dimension 3 for my first completion for Minicall. I've slowed down a little bit in the Cosmic section, and it's just because this last node is just a bit on the harder side. And then in Dark Dimension 3, I am making, or not Dark Dimension 3, Dark Dimension 4, I've actually been making pretty steady progress, and I'm a little excited because I can bring up Shatterstar to Gear Tier 14, which I think is definitely going to kind of help me out a little bit more in Dark Dimension 3. And I do have plans, since I have already I'm basically very close to bringing Kestrel to G15. Kestrel and Shatterstar kind of pair a little bit better than Kestrel and Longshot. So Shatterstar is now my priority as far as the Dad Bros to get to G15 next. But currently, so we're looking, it's kind of a hybrid here of my Doom / DD4 teams kind of going on. But Global is just about done. The only thing I need is I need 12 more of these stupid little serums, which I have not seen in ages. But basically, once I get these little serums, I can continue on in the global section. Once, obviously, I do get to it. For Cosmic, we are already kind of putting in some work there. So we have Daredevil, goodness gracious. We have Silver Surfer, rather. He is already G15. Kestrel is right behind him. Following that will probably be Shatterstar. And then, kind of depending, I guess, where I am resources-wise, I can definitely take Hela in to G15 if I need her. Ideally, I would like to take in Longshot, but it'll basically just depend on how I am doing on Mutant Gear. But anyway, enough of me rambling on and on about the roster. Let's just go on and get right into Dark Dimension 3. We will start that attempt first. And we are now finally at the going in with a full roster. I want the Dad Bros kind of on opposite sides of each other. That way, hopefully they survive a little bit better. But basically, the whole time I've been doing Dark Dimension 3, in particular in the Cosmic section, it's mostly been only 3 characters. And I brought in Surfer, Hela, and Longshot. Kestrel has only just recently kind of come into the equation. She's certainly helped out a lot. Definitely doing a lot more damage, and her ping mechanic is really pretty cool. So we're now bringing in with our 5th character, which is Shatterstar. So we'll see how we do. I don't remember where I kind of was on cooldowns, so we're having some awful luck so far. We did lose Hela pretty early. We might actually reset this node, depending on how the next little couple attacks go, but let's see what we can do. So we got one of the strifes down, which is good. That's definitely kind of one of the harder aspects of this first wave. So we will start working on the other strife. We've got some nice barrier going on Shatterstar, and I am just not liking the way this is looking. So let's actually go in. We'll actually reset this. And that's also something to keep in mind, is that you do have the ability to reset the nodes. Basically just quit before everyone dies, and it'll basically go back to as it was. Sometimes you just get some bad RNG, or you get like a nasty crit that maybe didn't have to happen, and I don't go crazy with this. If it kind of looks that way a second time, I just kind of chalk it up to, okay, you know what, that's just the way this wave is going to go, and let it be. Personally, I don't have the patience to like reset a node 5-6 times for like the perfect circumstance. Yeah, that's probably, I guess, maybe the smarter way to play, but it's just a little bit too time consuming for my own personal play style. And again, when you're running 3 accounts, it can get a little messy like that. So boom, I did not like that. So we will reset one more time. And this is probably going to be my limit as far as resets go. I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to swap Kestrel and Longshot. I normally don't like the Dad Bros next to each other, but let's see maybe if we get a little better luck with this. If it kind of goes the same way, like I said, 3 is kind of my limit as far as what I'm willing to refresh. So we will kind of just call it a day. I've kind of gotten resolved in the fact that DD3, at this particular phase of DD3, is just going to be a little time consuming. It's more a matter of when, not if that makes sense. So let's see. All right, Hella got deleted again, as did Longshot. Yeah, kind of ugly looking. But anyway, we'll go in. We should at least still be able to kill this Strife, just like we did kind of on that first little round. And we should have much better luck in Dark Dimension 3 tomorrow. And I am okay with that. And I think it was Einstein that says, repeating the same thing over and over again and expecting different results is the definition of insanity, and I certainly am not trying to be insane today. So we'll just kind of do whatever damage we can, and now that one of the Strifes is dead, this node should actually be a little bit easier for me tomorrow, if that makes sense. So boom, we did our little DD3 attempt for the day. We didn't do all that much, but it is what it is. Like I said, it's a slow grind for Dark Dimension 3. Dark Dimension 4 is definitely going a lot more faster paced. So we did, a measly 1.2, so nothing really all that great, but it's better than my second attack and better than my first attack, which you see I only had 3 characters when I actually started this one. But anyway, so that was DD3 for the day. Very exciting. Let's move on over to Dark Dimension 4, where I've been having much better luck. And, you'll see here I am actually... I think I am on the last unrestricted node, basically. So we've got our team here. So just kind of my logic for DD4. I tried to go in with more global characters than anything, just because that is the first section you come across. So we've got our PIM trio over here. And if you haven't watched any of the previous Dark Dimension 4 recommendation videos, I would highly suggest the PIM trio. Phenomenal Dark Dimension characters. My planned 5th was going to be a cosmic character, as that is the section after global. So I brought in Silver Surfer because Kestrel wasn't really around yet. And then Symbiote Spider-Man was only brought in as my 5th, just so I could actually start this content. Originally, his spot was supposed to be filled by Baron Zemo, but I am short those stupid serums. So Symbiote Spider-Man it is. I will obviously need symbiotes, and a bio character didn't necessarily take away from any of my other Dark Dimension 4 characters. So they've been doing pretty well as a team. A lot of the times what ends up happening is the PIM trio and Silver Surfer kind of stick around, and Symbiote Spider-Man is typically the first one to die, and then it just kind of depends on the node. Sometimes the PIM trio kind of outlives Surfer. Other times Surfer outlives the PIM trio. It really just kind of depends. But it's been fun being in both Dark Dimension 4 and Dark Dimension 3, just for the simple fact of the rewards I'm getting. You get the crazy rewards from completing Dark Dimension 3, Dark Dimension 4 as well. So I managed to kind of get a really good influx of gold back. But so this is kind of the first wave. I did one attack yesterday. Now, with the PIM trio, one thing you do have to worry about is these Elsa Bloodstones. And the Elsas, basically what they do, anytime a Pym character dodges, they go in and she does like a passive attack. So you definitely want to get rid of the Elsas first, as it really messes with the trio. Part of the reason I love Yellow Jacket is for his 30% drain right here. So you're going to see her health is just going to totally drop down. And that's really one of the reasons I love the Pym trio for Dark Dimension, is because of that crazy health steal that they've got. So you saw there, she did that kind of bonus attack as Yellow Jacket dodged one of those things. So my goal for this node in particular currently is I do want to get rid of the Elsas first. So I managed to drop one of them. We are going to try to do a little bit more damage to the second one. We'll see. Hopefully we can get her down. After I kill Elsa, the next one on my list is probably going to be Crystal back here. That way she can stop healing Black Bolt. And then we'll just kind of go from there. I don't go into the Dark Dimension 4 things. I don't think that, let's just say, I don't think there's a cookie cutter answer as far as which characters to attack first. I think it really depends on the characters that you're actually bringing into Dark Dimension 4. And so if you're not bringing in characters like the Pym trio, the Elsa Bloodstones aren't as much of a concern, because chances are you're probably not going to have as many dodges or evades if you didn't have them in the Dark Dimension campaign. So we should definitely be able to get rid of the second one over here. And probably get rid of her next turn. Now, kind of one of the cool things about the Pym characters when Elsa is not on the field, obviously, is that every time someone dodges or evades, a ghost actually heals a little bit. So that's pretty cool too. But it kind of is, with Elsa on this field, it's a little bit of like a catch-22, where every time they dodge, they're getting attacked also, so it kind of negates the healing. So that's why I say it's important to get rid of Elsa kind of first if you're bringing in the Pym trio. The other cool thing is Stature, oddly enough, makes for a fairly decent tank in Dark Dimension. She's not as good, I would say, outside of Dark Dimension, but in Dark Dimension, she actually tanks pretty well. And with the heals that she gets from Ghost, both from her passive as well as her ultimate, it can kind of keep her up, fairly decently pretty long. So, I mean, they do pretty well. But like I said here, the real, I think, MVP is going to be Yellow Jacket and Ghost because of those drains. And again, this is going to be a 30% drain, and Ghost Rider is dead now over here. So making some good progress. What I think I'm actually going to do now, let's go in and let's knock out Crystal. And with Crystal, like I said, the only reason we're taking her out over Black Bolt first is so she doesn't heal. Should be pretty quick. I can slow Black Bolt down a little bit so he doesn't kind of do his ultimate. So let's do that. We'll slow Black Bolt a little bit. Black Bolt is a very slow character, so if you can get him slowed down a little bit, it makes things a lot easier. But yeah, so I mean, this is kind of just how we're floating around. We're doing really good on today's attempt, which is always good, especially when you are recording. So we've managed to take out the 2 Elsa Bloodstones. We managed to take out Ghost Rider. Unless something crazy happens, I think, be able to take out Crystal over here, as well as possibly Black Bolt. So we got rid of our Crystal. A cool thing you can kind of time too is if you time Ghost's ultimate with the ability block from Surfer, you can extend those ability blocks for a couple extra turns. So right now we know that Captain America actually can't taunt because he is ability blocked for 2 turns instead of just the normal 1. We're going to go in with that health steal. And again, took a yellow Black Bolt completely down. Let's go now. We'll get rid of Wasp. What we'll start doing here is resetting our cooldowns. So basically, I am just going to basic these guys to death. And yeah, we'll have our cooldowns basically completely refreshed for the next wave. So we will finish them off. The next wave will drop. Now, the problem I'm going to probably run into with poor little Minnie, and it's the same problem I actually ran into with Kale, is that I would basically finish a section and my next section wasn't done. And unless I get really lucky with some serum drops, Baron Zemo is not going to be ready for Dark Dimension 4. I would say probably at the longest I might be on this node for maybe another 4 or 5 days, depending on how the next couple waves go. So with that being said, unless I get 10 serums in 5 days, Zemo won't be ready. So I might be waiting a little bit to start my global section, which is fine. I mean, you know, obviously the sooner you get Doom, the better, but plenty of time to get that. All right, now looking at this node, let's see. So I don't like Baron Mordo just because of his heal block and his blinds. So I think I'm going to go after him first. Again, we've got that really big ability, like that real big health drain. We will get some ability blocks, and now with Ghost, we are going to extend that for an additional turn. So I don't think Baron Mordo should be able to get any of his actual like special abilities off. We will now go in also too with Stature, and we are going to taunt this first round just to basically get some heat off of the other Pimtech. We don't want them kind of getting attacked. And then following her taunt, we will actually boost them up with a little bit of extra energy, and that'll get them to be able to do their specials and their ultimates again a little bit sooner. So like I said, she can take a couple hits. You saw there she just got Black Bolt special, and she lived through it. The only problem, though, is that Black Bolt then also knocked off taunt from her, but that's fine. The rest of the team is still doing fairly okay. Surfer is slowly kind of healing himself up, but he is getting dangerously low on health. So I think in this situation, this is going to be one of those cases where Surfer will probably die before Pimtech does. And that's fine. I mean, you know, Surfer certainly adds to this team, but he doesn't make or break the team. Really, the true kind of stars of this team are these three right here. And, you know, they just kind of do their thing. Surfer is really kind of just along as a fast damage dealer. Obviously, you are starting to see this team fall apart. But we did a really nice chunk of damage. I'm going to go in and actually drain Crossbones there. He just did his ult, so he did explode. Taunt should be off, which it is, and we can now basically go in with Ghost and heal everyone up, or my remaining two characters, rather. But I should definitely be able to get rid of Baron Mordo over here, and then I think as a kind of secondary thing, I might be able to also get rid of the Crossbones as well. So basically what I'll probably focus on tomorrow is getting rid of Black Bolt over here. Black Bolt, and you just saw he kind of popped off Ghost. Still fine, though. That was a great attempt for the day. Tomorrow, basically, my focus, I'll finish off Baron Mordo, and then I will basically focus down on Black Bolt. But, yeah, I mean, pretty good damage. I managed 16 mil, which is kind of, I've been averaging some pretty good numbers with Mini. So 14 mil here, you know, I one-shot this node, so that was 10 mil. But yeah, so that's kind of just where I am. Just slowly making some progress through Dark Dimension 4. Kale is actually on the final Dark Dimension 4 node, so I'm hoping to maybe have Doom hopefully at the very longest, maybe 8-9 days from now, and I'll definitely do a video once he is unlocked. But anyway, that's going to be it for right now, so thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. As always, hope you're having a good week, and take it easy.